big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
This might look crazy, but watch this. You might wonder, how does he come up with these ideas and how do they keep coming? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of good stuff out there. But this is one of the crazy ones, and it actually comes from Germany. Yes, the country of the German eagle. I'm talking about the people that live to the east of us. We used to be at war with them, but nowadays we actually befriended them and we really like them. As a matter of fact, some of them are really good friends of mine. And they cook up the most crazy things that a Dutch person can never come up with, let alone an American or someone from the UK. It is so typically German to cook that it is mind-blowing. And I've been trying these recipes, I've been eating them, and every time that I eat them, I think, wow, it is crazy, but it is really, really good. And that's why I've got this. This is a pork neck, or as they call it in Germany, Nacken ohne Knochen. In Dutch we just say procureur. And this is a beautiful piece of meat. A lot of intramuscular fat, beautiful color on it, which means a lot of good flavors. And now let me show you that if you think German, you can come up with great recipes. Let's get started. This is a beautiful Lever pork neck. It's a heritage pork breed and all I'm going to do is make incisions into it. This is going to create a larger surface for us to put flavor in. And that's typical German engineering. How do we make this bigger and better? So there we go. Now of course we need flavor, so we're going to make a rub consisting of 1 part salt, 1 part paprika powder, 1 part onion powder, a 1/4 part garlic powder and a 1/4 part ground black pepper. Whoa, that's close. Then we're gonna take out the yellow mustard, rub our pork neck with that mustard, and start sprinkling on that rub. And I mean all of it. I want a thick layer of flavor on this pork neck. Now I'm taking out my Schinken, which is basically a German version of bacon. And of course, what would this be without German Zwiebel? And the only thing that we're doing to break the trend here is taking some Dutch cheese, just because it's the best and Germans use it anyway. And I'm going to use that to stuff my pockets with. Just like with the Hasselback potatoes, we're going to stuff our pork neck with as much cheese and meat as we can. Now it's all done and look at how pretty it is. I know that looks crazy and you're starting to get hungry. So let's fire up our Napoleon grill and start cooking. There we go, look at this beautiful giant. Sliding it in over the indirect heat. So we got 2 burners on this side while we're cooking on the other side. That's gonna make sure that we don't burn this meat. We're just looking for a gentle cook, basically like a roasting. And we're going to go for a temperature of 67 degrees Celsius as a core temperature. Therefore, we're going to let our grill run at a temperature of 140 degrees Celsius. Melting that beautiful cheese. Ooh. Now let's fire up the side burner on a Napoleon grill. This thing is built to make a sauce on. After around an hour, the cheese starts melting and a crust is forming. This is the time you want to start working on your sauce, because every good German recipe comes with a good sauce. Let's start with a cup of ketchup, 5 tablespoons of apple spread, 5 tablespoons of sugar, half a tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of our barbecue rub. When our roast hits a core temperature of 65 degrees Celsius, it's done. Now let's take it off the grill and let it rest. I took one of Germany's favorite type of ingredients. I seasoned it with mustard and barbecue rub, stuffed it with cheese and Schinken. Then I roasted it, created the barbecue sauce, and this is what I love about the German way of thinking. These German-inspired recipes never cease to amaze me. I always get excited about it. Just think about all of the goodness that comes out of Germany. Sauerkraut, pork knuckles, crispy skin, sausages, and don't forget about the currywurst. And all of the goodness, like crazy, crazy good food. And this is one of them. This is the style that I like. The only thing I'm missing here is a big glass of beer. If you're in Germany, that never happens.
The Germans might be good at football, but they're way better at stuffing things up with cheese and amazing... Hey, I'm like in the middle of my sentence. I need to try this. This is so amazingly tender. Oh.
Look at that, pork neck. Considered to be a tough cut of meat, but this is completely different. It's a ton of flavor and it's tender and juicy.
For the people that live in America or somewhere else, get yourself some Schwarzwälder. Oh, Schinken. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's not Schwarzwälder.
And the last time I made a sauce with the apple syrup, you guys were asking me, what apple syrup, what's that? So I looked it up on Amazon and it's called apple spread. So make sure you get the right brand and then you're good to go. Make yourself this amazing barbecue sauce.
I have so much more to tell you. I'm gonna sit here for a long, long time. You could watch The Lord of the Rings, like in the whole time that I'm eating this. Maybe even the trilogy.
If you make this on the weekend and you have a big glass of beer, we could make this on Monday too, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day of the week.
I haven't tasted the sauce yet.
It's the best with this recipe.
Yeah, but you cut me off.
That's what I do. I'm a greedy kind of guy. If you taste the sauce by itself, it's super sweet and it's a bit intense. But then when you add it to the sourness of the pork and all of the sour ingredients and the creaminess of the cheese, it just, well, it adds another level. You got sour sauces, you got rich sauces, you got sweet sauces, and this is like a sweet and sour sauce.
This pork is insanely good. Let's just forget about all the other stuff that we just said. This pork is insanely good pork. I'm gonna keep on repeating it until you buy it, until you try this. This is insanely good pork. Seriously.
And it's too easy to make.
But even without all these things, you could just put it on your barbecue.
It is skill level 0. It tastes amazing. People think you did like an amazing job. And you didn't do anything.
Maybe a little bit more.
Good. So while Morrison is devouring this piece of meat, I'm gonna let you enjoy the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Watch the next video. See you guys next time. Until then,
eet smakelijk.
And keep on grilling.
Like this. This is also a good video. Also beautiful ingredients, beautiful meat. It might be a vegan video. No, that's not possible. But maybe it is. I don't know. Is it? You tell me in the comments.